attains the ultimate boon. Through all of these struggles, by confronting figures that wish to bar the path, by avoiding the temptations that make us rethink our resolve, we attain the ultimate goal. The mountain that appeared so far away and impossible to reach while standing in the desert has been defeated. But now what? A shooting star erupts from the mountain and returns the traveler to the desert to begin a new journey. If one chooses to wait a week and begin a new game, a trophy called Return will pop. Return is the final phase of the hero's journey. Just like the shooting star returning to the desert, it involves the hero crossing the return threshold back to the ordinary world. What is one to do with this boon? When restarting the game, we walk to the top of the first dune and see the mountain in the distance. There is always more than one hero's journey in our lives, more than one personal transformation. A newborn learning to crawl is the first change. More follow, such as learning to walk, entering primary education to develop the mind, entering adulthood, employment, family, having their own children, and yes, even death. All of these are transformations in life. As one journey ends, another begins. In the game, the pattern on the robes marks a player that is on his or her first journey. With each successful trip to the mountain, the embroideries become more elaborate. This marks them as being more adept at making the trip. With each successful apotheosis, the ability to change oneself for the better becomes easier. Eventually, upon attaining all glyphs in the game, one unlocks the Transcendence Trophy, which gives the traveler white robes, matching those of the elder figures who aided us on the adventure. This gets to the root of what I believe Journey is about. The developers did not set out to make an artistic single-player experience. They set out to create a unique and meaningful multiplayer experience. While we are the heroes of our own story, we are not the only ones in the world. The hero must decide what to do with the ultimate boon. A famous example in literature is after slaying the dragon, one returns to their home with the dragon's gold to distribute and improve the lives of all. With the multiplayer option, players can go on a shared adventure. One who has completed the climb has the option to aid those who haven't completed it. By marking those on their first playthrough, the return player can identify who may need help. This reminds me of the relationship between the Fool and the Hermit card in Tarot. The Fool, being the first card, is a hero still in the ordinary world. Looking up, the Fool sees something he desires and prepares to step off the cliff into the unknown world. The Yapping Dog is the aspect warning the hero to stay in the realm of safety and become another gravestone in the desert. The Hermit is a former Fool who has already climbed the mountain. This figure has already suffered and overcome trials and temptations that the Fool has yet to experience. He stands high, holding a lantern intended to guide those on their journey to the goal. After walking through the mountain and being sent back, I feel the game intends us to become the Hermit and help guide the Fool forward while they experience their own hero's journey for the first time. While we may have overcome hardships in our lives, many out in the world are still struggling.
There are still souls
Some are just
suffering.
beginning. Some have tried and failed. Others refuse to answer the call and stay in an ordinary world. It is the role of those who embody the archetypal hermit to recognize those who embody the archetypal fool and provide a guiding light. Just like the white-robed figures appeared to aid the traveler throughout journey, we must become the guide for those who have not yet climbed the mountain.